Hey guys, I'm Geeti Sikin and today's video I'm going to be talking about brushes. So I have some affordable brushes, right? And one of you guys suggested that I should do a brush tubes video, like similar kind of brushes. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I try to gather up as many similar brushes that I have. So the point of this video is, one, you can avoid buying similar brushes. So if you're someone who likes to invest in different kind of brushes and do not want to buy the same kind of brushes, then this video is for you. I mean, some people like to buy similar shapes all the times, like brushes. If something works for you, then you should stick to that. But if you are someone who likes to buy something a little bit different and do not like to buy the same kind of product, then this video would be of complete help for you. And also you can treat this video as an option video, like buy this, not that. So I have done a makeup version of this video. I will link it right here. So if you were looking for like some other better products, then you can check that video out. So right now I'm going to be doing brushes. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is this ProArt AK42 brush. This is one of my favorite buffing brushes. This is a rounded buffer brush where it's not just like your flat top kabuki brush. So this way you can use this for your most of your cream products, your powder products. Like, it's a multi-purpose brush. So I have something that is very similar to this, that is from PAC. This one is the PAC 231 brush. You guys can see both of this is rounded and it has that same kind of a tip to it. So these two have the same kind of shape like I mentioned, and they buff the foundation the exact same way that I always like. So these are some of my favorite buffing brushes. The only thing is the ProArt one feels a little bit more heavier than the PAC one, because this is just plastic. This has more of a weight to it, but other than that, the way it buffs the foundation in and everything is so beautiful. So if you have one of these, you don't really have to pick up the other one, or you can just save some money and buy the PAC makeup brush, because it is a little bit cheaper. These are affordable brushes, but how can you save a little bit more money while shopping these brushes? That's where GoPaisa comes into play. Now, GoPaisa is one of my favorite online coupon and cashback giving app. So I have recommended this app so many times on my channel. So anything, be it any essentials, groceries, anything for the house, anything for the studio, anything for my makeup collection, I always make use of these kind of amazing apps. They have about 1,500 plus brands on this app with which you can shop from, like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. So all you have to do is click on the link, the first link in the description box below, with which if you download and sign up, you get instant 25 rupees cashback, which is great. Then you search the website you want to shop from, and then you enter that and start shopping. Just very simple. So for example, if you're shopping from Amazon, all you have to do is say get cashback, go to the Amazon page, shop for the products you want to, place the order, come back to your GoPaisa app, and you can see your cashback would be tracked. So usually cashback takes about 24 to 48 hours to be tracked. You can check all of that in your my account, your earnings section, and you can transfer all of this amount back into your bank account. So you would get a confirmed status report, which means that your amount is transferred into your bank account, which is great. So this is real cash that you can use for so many different things. I mean, what are the uses of money really? And also you guys might be wondering, like, what's exciting apart from this for us? If saving money, getting additional cashback is not enough, there's also another exciting thing. If you share the GoPaisa referral link with any of your friends or anybody in general, you get flat 10% referral earning off of the cashback your referral users have. So suppose your referral gets 2,500 rupees cashback, you get 10% of that, that is 250 rupees into your GoPaisa account, and that is something that you have earned through your referral earnings. So a great way to make some pocket money, a great way to add additional income and save some money as well, and all of this, again, real cash. Anyways, with all that being said, let's move on to the next brush. So this one is the Wet n Wild P60 powder brush. So this is a tapered powder brush, and every single time I've used this, a lot of you guys ask, like, where do I get this? It's not available anymore. Is there any other affordable option? Well, I did find one affordable option, which is a look-alike of this brush, which is from Amazon. So I will leave the links in the description box below for you guys to shop, because I don't know which brand this is from, but this was for around 160 or something like that, and this is the same kind of a powder brush, just that the shape is a little bit different, but it does the same job like setting your face with powder. So now I have compared the Wet n Wild Pro Line brushes to a brush that I got from Shein. I will link that video right here, but because Shein is banned, you can't find those brush sets anymore. I've seen similar kind of brush sets on Amazon, but when you see the reviews and the pictures of those brushes, they don't look quite similar and as convincing as these brushes. So that's the reason I haven't included those. But these two, they perform absolutely the same way. The next brush I'm going to be talking about is the Cuffs and Lashes F014 brush, and the similar brush that I have is also from Cuffs and Lashes. This is the newer range of brushes, and this one is the F016 brush. Can you guys see that the shape of this is very similar, but just that this is a little bit more wider and this one is a little bit more narrow. It's not as dense as this brush, but compared to both of this, which one do I like more? I would say the F014 brush is worth your money, and it does the job so beautifully. It blends your foundation, it blends your concealer. You can also get it to blend your blush. This one also does all of this. It does exactly all of this, but I feel like the bristles are a little bit more wispy. They are not as sturdy as this. Can you see that? It's a little bit more like wispy, but this has that kind of like sturdiness to it, and so because of that, I really like the performance of this brush. So if you guys were wondering which one should you pick over these two, I would say F014 for sure. The next one I am going to be talking about is the PAC 211 brush. Again, a pointed powder brush which you can use for powder, you can use this for bronzer, pretty much just these two things, nothing else. I don't really like to use this for blush or anything. And a dupe that I have for this is again from Cuffs and Lashes. This one is the F022 brush. Very similar brushes, both of these. So this does an amazing job of setting your base again with powder, loose powder if you want to, and you can also bronze up your skin with this one. Just that the Cuffs and Lashes brushes would pick up the bronzer a little bit more lightly. Let me show you. Where's my bronzer? Let me just show you guys a demo right here. So I'm just taking it like that. Okay, and then this is exactly how even the powder brush, the PAC brush would pick up the bronzer as well. I don't want to wreck my makeup. So it does pick it up with a very light hand, and then you can build on it, and that's exactly what even this brush does. Let me show you guys. The PAC brush, the bristles are a little bit more densely packed, but the performance is exactly the same. So if you are someone who doesn't want to go overboard with your bronzer, these brushes would really help you. So if you find the PAC one to be a little bit more expensive, you can try out the Cuffs and Lashes. They are very close. Also, I have another dupe for the PAC 211 brush which I just mentioned. This is a Swiss Beauty compact F02 brush. This brush comes in a set, or you can pick it up individually however you like it, and this is exactly similar like the PAC brush itself, where it is quite densely packed and it would pick up a lot more product if you want to. Like if you want a more punch, like a more punch to your product, to like if you want a bronzer to be a little bit more stark, a little bit more intense, you can use this brush. And I have tried to use this powder brush for blush as well, and it does kind of blend the blush pretty well. So if you want to use a powder blush or a powder bronzer, you can use this one. Not so much for cream products. I have other brushes to show you for cream products, but these work very well for powder products. So again, very similar. So you can pick whichever one you would like. I've shown you a comparison of both. I'm not going to side and tell you which one to pick up out of these. You can pick up whichever one you want to. So next up is from Wet n Wild. This is their flat top foundation brush. So I don't think you can find these Wet n Wild brushes anymore, or if you can, I'm not very sure, but these are pretty affordable as well. But if you're not very keen on buying these, I have similar brushes again from Swiss Beauty. This is their F06 foundation blender brush. Wet n Wild brush can make your foundation a little bit more streaky if it is very runny in consistency, but this one doesn't do that. So if you are not a very big fan of the Wet n Wild brush, try out the Swiss Beauty one. You should be impressed with it. And then another brush that is very similar to the Wet n Wild brush is from Cuffs and Lashes. This is their F021 brush. This is a pretty recent launch in my opinion, and again very similar, just that the the handle is a little bit longer, so it gives you more space where you want to hold the brush. This is how it looks. These are again not as densely packed, so they are a little bit away, so when you're blending it on your face, you feel like it's not doing a good job. You assume that it's not doing it because it's not as sturdy looking and not as together like the other foundation brushes. Let me show you. This is the Pack 252 brush. So this one, can you see how thick and closely packed the bristles are? So this one is not like that. It feels a little bit like flimsy, but it does an amazing job of blending your foundation, and that is what we need. Now that we have finished talking about all these brushes, comparing this one to the buffing brushes, which one would I recommend? I would recommend the buffing brushes any day over a flat top kabuki brush because the scope of work is more. I have done a video where I let you guys know about just the 5 makeup brushes you would need. In that, I recommended this because these brushes, you can do so much with it. If you want, even go ahead and buy just 2 of these instead of all these kabuki brushes. Just keep both of this because you can use it for multiple purposes. So next up I'm going to be talking about is the Pack 219 brush. This is a concealer brush. This one retails for $3.95 in my memory, that's what I can recollect. So you can use this brush for your concealer because it's nice and densely packed, so you can blend your concealer in no time. It blends it beautifully, it's not scratchy underneath the eye. But also if you want to like add that line to chisel out your cheekbones, like you want to place the contour and then blend it with some other buffing brush, you can do that with this. And then another brush that is very similar to this is the Cups and Lashes F019 brush. Like I mentioned, this is some of the new launches which I got my hands on, and this is very similar. You can see the shape of this brush. It's just that this is not as densely packed as this one, but it does a beautiful job of blending your concealer underneath your eyes, not at all scratchy, does the same job this one would do. And also you can set it with powder. You can also do the initial placement of your contour with this brush. So this one is for $3.95 and this one is for around $200 or something. I will leave all the prices on the screen or in the description box below so that you can check out and do a comparison and pick up whichever one you want to. But if you always felt like pack brushes were like out of reach or always out of stock, but you wanted to try something that is like a made in India alternative, something that you can get your hands on, try out the Cups and Lashes one. You wouldn't be disappointed at all. Now if you already have this, then there's no point buying this. Now another brush, that is the Pack 238 brush. This is also a pointed powder brush, and I have the same dupe that I had for the Pack 211 brush, that is this one. I have a same dupe, that is the Swiss Beauty compact powder brush. Look at the shape of all of these brushes. They are very similar. I mean, a little bit here and there there's a change. This one has a longer bristle and then it tapers. This one has shorter stubby bristles, like and it tapers again. So they are very similar. So you can pick up any one of the powder brushes. I wouldn't recommend buying all of that. But keep in mind one thing. This Pack 238 brush is not just your powder brush. You can use this one to blend your blush as well. Same goes with the Swiss Beauty compact brush. These brushes which I showed before, the Pack and the Cups and Lashes, I would recommend just for powder and not any other product, and even like your bronzer, but not for your blush as such. But these blend in your brushes as well, so it's an additional step you get with these brushes. So, and then something that I want to talk to you guys about, this is the e.l.f. powder blurring brush. So this is what the brush looks like. I know this is meant to be for powder, but I am guessing with the shape of this is actually meant to bronze and more or so chisel out your cheekbone with a contour product. So this is pretty decent, like it has the density you would need. But for cream products, especially something you want a nice blend, I would recommend getting this one. This is from Miniso. This is their contour brush. This one was for $150 or something like that. I don't quite remember. If I can find this on Amazon, I will link it down below. I got this from the Miniso store itself, and I really like the way this one is packed. Like, this has more fluff to it. This is densely packed. So it blends in the cream product so beautifully and in no time and no streaks, nothing of the sort, and it's very precise. So it wouldn't go up or down too much. So it wouldn't be all over the place, and you get the kind of blend you would really want. You can even use this around your nose. Like, this is too big for contouring your nose, but this one you can do it. I do it all the time. I use this itself to blend it, and sometimes I even use this for foundation, especially if I want to get it in between my eyebrows and everything, because sometimes the foundation brush can be too big, and if I already have some eyebrow products on, I don't really like to use a big brush because it can wreck everything, and this one does the job really well. And you can use this for foundation, sometimes even for concealer if you want to around your mouth and everything. So over this e.l.f. powder blurring blush, which is available on Nykaa, in my opinion, you can get this one. Next, let's talk about the Wet n Wild P77 brush. This is a beautiful highlighting brush, but it just works only for highlight, maybe for powder. If you want to set some loose powder or some powder underneath your eyes, anywhere else, you can do that. But that's the scope of work for this one. It doesn't do anything more than that. So I have an alternative. I'm not going to call this a dupe, I'm going to call this an alternative. This is the Real Techniques setting brush. So they're not quite similar in terms of like shape out like that, somewhat like the PAC brush. So the shape is very similar to the PAC concealer brush, but this one you cannot use it for concealer. So that's the reason I'm suggesting this as an alternative. So if you want to buy this brush, I would suggest looking into something that can do more than just a highlight. So this setting brush, you can use this to blend the concealer. It blends it in with precision. Even if you have eye makeup on, it would just blend it so well. Also apply highlight, okay, and then you can place your contour product again. You cannot sort of blend it with this, not quite, but you can place your contour product, which I have done with this product so many times. So it's again a multi-purpose brush as opposed to something that can just serve a limited purpose. So in that way, I would suggest this one. Now if you guys are going to compare all of the concealer brushes and ask me which one should I pick up over these two, I would suggest the PAC or the Cuffs and Lashes, because it, again, you can use these for highlight, you can use this for powder, you can use this to place your contour, blend the contour as well. So in that case, I would recommend these. When compared to all these four, I would recommend those. So next one I'm going to be talking about is this Real Techniques Gold Collection brush. This is a pretty pricey one, and it does feel luxe and heavy and everything. So this is the shape of it. It's kind of tapered like that, and it is a little bit dense. So you can use this for powder, you can use this for blush. I have tried to apply my blush right now, like right before I did this, I kind of gave you guys a demo of applying blush with this. And so I have a similar brush that is not anywhere near the size, but the shape of the brush is very similar. This is the e.l.f. I think this is a tapered brush. I'm not sure what this is. I will try to link it down below. So the shape of this is very similar. It's not as fluffy and it's not as big. So this is an added advantage because you can get the precise blush application with this, and you can also apply highlighter like this onto your skin. Like if you want to tap in your highlighter, not brush it in like that, but you want to tap in your highlighter and press it into your skin, you can use this. Would I absolutely recommend these two brushes? Is this a must-have? Not really. You can easily avoid these brushes, but if you were looking at an alternative for the Real Techniques one, which I don't think you can find it anymore, or even if you can, it is pretty pricey. So this would be a decent option for you guys to try out. So the next brush I'm going to be talking about is the PAC 272 brush, a very popular brush for concealer. It's a beautiful concealer brush, but it can be a little bit pricey because it is around 575 or 600 rupees. So if you wanted a more affordable option, not something that is very similar in shape, but the performance is amazing in terms of precision and everything, is the Cuffs and Lashes F011 brush. So this is also a concealer brush, and it does the exact same job. You guys can see it is not similar in terms of like the shape, but the performance and the way they blend the concealer is beautiful. This brush is really nice when you want to get up in the nooks and corners of your eye, you want to blend the concealer really well and everything. But this brush can also shear out your concealer a little bit and make it a little bit streaky because of the way the bristles are packed. That way I really like this Cuffs and Lashes brushes because it doesn't do anything in terms of altering the finish of the concealer, like in terms of the coverage. It doesn't absorb too much product, or it doesn't like shear it out, and it also doesn't make it streaky. So a really good option and an affordable option for the PAC 272 concealer brush is definitely the Cuffs and Lashes brushes. I know the shape is not at all similar, but the performance is in fact so much better. So I'm super amazed because that PAC brush used to be my favorite, but I no longer reach for it at all, and I always use the Cuffs and Lashes brush. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is the Nykaa concealer brush. So this is what it looks like. I was really disappointed when I got this one because just look at the size of this brush, you guys. It's not even that thick. Like I expected it to be at least like the pack brush, but it's like the tiny sibling of the pack brush. Not my favorite, and it's not even densely packed where I can actually apply a lot of product or like blend it in. So you can, it's just like a bigger eyeshadow brush, and this is not my favorite brush. And I got a really nice alternative for it. This one is the Daily Forever 52 brush. This is the PX020 brush. Okay, and this is what it looks like. They are not similar in terms of like the, at least this shape, yes it is similar, but here it is not as dense, and I don't mind it at all because this is also one of my favorite concealer brushes. I don't know how many of you guys have observed from my previous demos that I always tend to use this brush, especially if you want to use it for like any like thicker concealers, like creamy concealers, like pot concealers. When you want to pick up the product and then apply it, this one works beautifully for that, and it blends the concealer really well, packs it on. So if you're swiping in, you're not actually giving your concealer that much of a chance to have good coverage. But if you're going to press it in like this and blend the concealer, you're actually adding more coverage, and it just makes the product sit so well underneath the eyes, get precise blend as well, and it just looks so beautiful. So the next couple of brushes that I have right here are all eye brushes. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is the Wet n Wild P20 brush. This is like a eyeshadow blending brush, and I have a beautiful alternative for this brush. So the first one that I have is from Crown, and this one is, it doesn't really have a name. I will try to find it and link it down below. So this is, you can see the shape is so beautiful. So this one actually does a beautiful job of adding the color to your crease and also blending it. So if you want like a stark color onto your crease and you also want to blend it, you can do that with this brush. And then the next one I have is the NYX number 16 brush, which is again an eyeshadow blending brush. This also doesn't pick up the color as much as I want to, like especially if you want to place some color into your crease and blend it, but it does a job of blending but not picking up the color as much and packing it on. So the alternative that I have for that is from Cups and Lashes. This is the E005 brush, which also picks up the color, places it into your crease, and also blends it beautifully. So it packs a punch just the way you want to. It would give you that stark eyeshadow look. So a good alternative, and the shape of these two brushes are quite similar, as you guys can see. The next one I'm going to be talking about is this BH Cosmetics 101 brush. So this one is a brush that I got a while back, and this is sort of like a good blending brush where you can get your eyeshadow to blend really well, but it doesn't pick up as much color. It does not do any other job. It can give you a light wash of color but not pick up as much color. So the alternative that I found for that is from ProArt. This is the AE24 brush, where the shape of this is quite similar, but it's not as fluffy, and it's perfect. It's just beautiful that way because it picks up the color like you want to. It can also blend the eyeshadow really well. So it has to do both the job. It shouldn't just be a blending brush. It should be able to pick up the product really well, and when it's too fluffy, it just can't do it. So this brush works really well in comparison to this one. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is a pencil brush. This is the Wet n Wild P10 brush, and this one is pretty good for your lower lash line. Like it's really small and nice, but it can be a little bit scratchy and doesn't do a very good job in applying the color, and also it's pretty pricey. So the dupe and the alternative that I have for that is again from Cups and Lashes. This is the E007 brush. You see the shape of that? It's very similar. But this one, it applies the color really well, kind of stark and beautiful and like pigmented, and you can also get it to blend, and it's not at all scratchy underneath your eyes. Like I hate when brushes are scratchy because it like full run down and kind of wrecks my makeup. So, and the next one is also from Wet n Wild. This is the Wet n Wild P15 brush, which is like a flat shader brush come a blending brush. So it has this fluffiness right here for you to blend, and it is also sort of like a shader brush, but it doesn't do a very good job in applying the eyeshadow. And the alternative that I have for that is from ProArt. This is the AE25 brush, which is very similar and in fact better in terms of performance. So the next one I have is the ProArt PE23 brush, which is an again tapered blending brush. So I have a better option for you guys. So this one is from Miniso. This is a pack of 2 brushes. So you get 2 brushes. You get another pencil brush and this one. So this is really nice because you get a kind of thickness and kind of fluffiness to it, in the sense that you can actually pack on the amount of color that you want, especially when you're working with like really difficult eyeshadows like blues and purples, and you want to like add that matte shade to your outer corner, inner corner, and you're creating that halo look, and you feel like no amount of packing on is doing it for you guys. These brushes would really help you. And then an alternative to the ProArt PF01 brush, which is a concealer brush is what they call, but this is amazing when you want to add concealer to your eyelids and for like that cut crease, because it has that pointed tip. A very similar brush, but this one is slightly better, but this one is very similar. This is the Swiss Beauty F03 brush. This is also called a concealer brush. It has the same tip, it has that same kind of shape on top where you can apply your concealer and cut your crease. So this comes in a set, like I mentioned, with those other face brushes and this one. So when you get that and you're looking at the ProArt brush and you're like, okay, maybe I need this as well, you don't really need it because you have this one. It does slightly perform better because the bristles are a little bit more sturdy and they don't flex as much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those were all the brushes. There were quite a lot of brushes. You can use this video according to your advantage. You can probably buy similar brushes if you really like certain shapes of brushes and you want a similar one for that, or you can avoid buying similar brushes, or you can also find alternatives. So you can use this video according to your convenience. And I also thank the subscriber who gave me this amazing video idea because I could incorporate it, and I enjoyed filming this. I enjoyed the process of sorting out all these brushes. So if you want to check out any of these brushes, I will link it in the description box down below, and you can shop all of these brushes through the GoPaisa app and save additional money. And also let me know in the comment section down below what are your favorite websites to shop from, and GoPaisa will let you know the cashback on these particular websites. And let me know what other videos you would like to watch from me. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.